have been popular in the world of art since the 19th century.
Segment star AnnMarie Villicana joins us now with her guest, plein air painter Karl Dempwolf.
Derek and Mary, my guest today on CCN Arts is Karl Dempwolf. Such a pleasure to have you. Karl, you're an award-winning artist, plein air painter. You've been in museums, you've been in magazines. Tell us a little bit about what plein air painting is.
Plein air painting is painting outside in the open air, under the sun and the wind. And you sit out there and you create something. I create something very small when I'm out.
How does that feel when you're outside as opposed to in the studio?
The studio, it seems to be, I'm trying to make an enlargement from something very small. When I'm outside, it's like a religious experience for me. It really is.
Isn't that great? So why don't you show us how your religion begins outside? And tell us, you've got this beautiful box.
Right.
Could you show us what the box is and how you use it outside in the plein air?
This is a pochade box, and it's also like a pochade box, but it's also a wet box where the paintings get stored when they're done, because I'm done quickly. The paintings go in here when they're wet, and then I start another one, maybe in a different location. Yeah.
And then so you take these paintings, and does this take a few minutes or an hour?
Oh, it can take 20 minutes or 2 hours, depending on the situation. If it's windy and things are falling over, it takes longer.
All right. So you take your paintings from your wet box and you go back to your studio?
Yeah, and then I make enlargements. This is just a sketch from the original, which is right here, which is Highway 46 near Paso Robles, and I make enlargements from it. And work on it. This one still needs a lot of work, and but eventually it'll be a painting, and then I'll make a frame for it too.
Terrific. And what is the medium that you use? Do you use acrylic, watercolor, oil?
Oil.
Okay.
I use oil. When I teach, sometimes students have watercolors or water-based oils. I'll use whatever they want to use, but basically my paintings are on oil.
All right, and then I notice you have a little sketchbook here.
Yes, I do.
So are there moments where it just doesn't work to do a little painting?
No, every painting starts off as a small sketch. And this sketch right here is what's in my box here. This is the...
oh, yes, you can see how they translate.
It's the Topanga Ranch Motel on Pacific Coast Highway in Malibu, and I used to live nearby there, and so this is a pencil sketch, and then I make this. It's really just the process. I go through the same thing all the time, and it's more habit than it's not really needed. I could have done this without actually having a sketch, but when I get back to the studio and I want to make an enlargement, it's nice to have all these various elements to make the enlargement.
Now, do you use any other medium, or are you just a oil painter?
Oil is it. I've used acrylics, and occasionally I'll use acrylics to see if I can have a lucky accident and try to create something that doesn't look like my work, but it's oil that I do.
I see. All right. Well, and I'm just curious, do you have any new exhibits coming up or anything that we should know about?
Yeah, in Paso Robles, there's a studio in the park that I'm going to have an exhibit in at the end of February, beginning of March.
All right. Yeah. And will that be for a weekend celebration, or?
There'll be an opening with wine, and actually one of the wineries is sponsoring a get-together, and the artist is going to have a little talk. But the exhibit is going to be all of March, to the end of March.
And did you always know that you were going to be a plein air painter?
Well, I painted from early on, but it was just pleasing my mom, who said do something for me and stuff. But it didn't really become a business until about 20 years ago, when Peter Adams asked me to join the California Art Club, and since then this has been a business.
That's terrific. And I understand that you're on the advisory board for the plein air, for the California Art Club as well, is that right?
Yeah, the California Art Club is one of those organizations, the largest and oldest west of the Mississippis. And it was started in 1909 by William Wendt, one of my favorite artists from the past.
Well, you really are the embodiment of William Wendt. Well, good luck on your show in February up in Paso Robles. Thank you for coming. Back to you, Mary and Derek.
That's it for the show. Thanks to Steve Lamb, Nikki Ferguson, Fit Mom Fergie, Mike Alexander from the TPAC, AnnMarie Villicana, and plein air painter Karl Dempwolf. for joining us on set today.
That's right, and thanks also to the incredible CCN Sunrise crew and the entire Crown City Network team. And of course, we want to thank our sponsors, including Foothill Transit, EH Financial, East San Gabriel Valley ROP, Colors Dot, The Smile Agency, INGOT Global Consultants, San Gabriel Valley Economic Partnership for making the show possible.
Absolutely.
And if you want to join us and sponsor the show, great.
I know, we would love to have you on. And don't forget to visit us on crowncitynews.com, the Crown City News YouTube page, our CCN and CCN Sunrise Twitter and Facebook, and KVMD Saturdays at 6 a.m. and Sundays at 5 a.m. See you next time.
See you next time.
Thanks.
All right.